Sagittarius. My goodness, 5-5. Though these cards are not the best, 55, it's actually a quite good number. Welcome to another reading here for you. This is a general reading, so please take only the messages that you resonate with and leave the rest for the others. We are going to take past messages from the past, with the purpose of helping you understand past events into your life, and everything that shows up is with the purpose to give you something to think about, as well as to prepare you for what's happening in the current, right? Messages from the current come with the purpose of helping you understand better current events that are going on currently in your life, so you can know how to respond rather than to react, and make the best decisions for future as well. My goodness, this is a good sign, Sage. I don't know, it's been a while, but the cards are like really nice. They feel really, really nice. I promise you, on this channel you will never get addicted to tarot, but yes, this is the current for you. And lastly, we are gonna take the future, and future messages do not come in chronological order, so I do advise you to listen to this reading a couple of times before I upload the next reading. And the purpose of giving you these future messages is to prepare you for possible upcoming events into your life, so you can know how to respond rather than to react. This reading is for you, but not every single message will be just about you. So please attach the energies to people and situations that you resonate with. And if you want a private one, you can contact me at +358 549 6466 on WhatsApp. It's been a while, my goodness. Okay. This is a general reading, so please take everything with a grain of salt. So we have we have 3, 2, 1. This is what we have at the bottom of the deck. Sorry, let's do like this: 3, 2, and 1 for future. But let's see, 3, 2, 1. What are you getting ready for? What's going on, Sagittarius? Oh, some of you have been scammed or cheated, or some of you are going to legal procedures. Could be alimonies, could be you've been robbed and you went to press charges and things are going on behind the scenes. If this is in particular related to malpractice or anything related to a business that it's digital oriented, or if this is related to medical procedures, the person that you're going against, it's someone that it's in the field of medicine, or has a company related to technology. They are trying to protect their assets in the past, and they've been lying quite a bit. If this is not about you, there is a woman in your life that is going through this legal procedure. And if they're going especially against a man, that man is been holding a lot of truth and has been doing their best to protect their assets. If this is an alimony of sorts, trying to maybe take the babies or not to pay alimony. I see things in your home have changed quite a bit. That could also be because, of career, or you started a new career or plan to start a new career in the past. Maybe even, going freelancing or turning from freelancing to work for a company. I do see these decisions that you made in the past, financial related, home related, maybe even moved houses. You have a lower rent. There have been good changes. There have been good changes. There were changes that they were longing to happen for quite some time, I believe. And they put you in a quite strong position. I feel like whatever you moved or whatever jobs you started in the past put you in a very strong position. Maybe you feel stronger, maybe you have more confidence, or you started to feel like, you got this, you're indestructible, whatever you've been through. It laid the foundation to your confidence. Because you can get layers to confidence, like you think like you cannot do something, then you get to do that, and you're okay, I feel like I can do more. Then you get a bigger challenge, you overcome that challenge, you're okay, I can feel like I can do even more, like no matter what will come your way, like some people would say like, my guy, I've been through so much, like piece of cake. Well, not necessarily in that way, but yes. I don't know. Ooh, I got shivers. If you've been, if you have or had a person in your life that would be hot and cold, they will come and go. This could, I don't feel like it's a romance, but it feels like it's a passionate encounter with an individual, but it's hot and cold. This person never stayed. They did cause a lot of anxiety, and they did lie a lot and put you in a position where you would question and doubt things quite a bit. In the past, I did see this person showing up once again. Not sure how much damage they did, but it shows quite a bit of damage. This person has a lot of things that they don't tell. They seem to just take things very lightly. They don't take things seriously, and with that could cause a lot of harm as well. I believe your intuition has been telling you a lot, and whenever you would bring up things that your intuition tells you, you could have been told like, typical, you're just crazy, like what are you talking about, from where do you get these thoughts? But your anxiety, or your thoughts, or the things that would not give you peace, that comes from a place of intuition, morals, like your guiders were trying to tell you this is not okay, this is not good, stay away from this person. Of course, if you identify yourself with this energy, please stop. Don't do this to people, please stop. And I'm saying this because I have a King of Wands, which represents fire energy, and typically it represents Leo or Sagittarius in tarot. Okay, don't do this to people, leave people alone. Or Aries. Okay, let's see. This could be someone who told you like, hey, we're gonna go travel together and do things, and they never came up, and they came up with whatever excuses. See Sage in the current. This is nice because some of you find, the beauty in life in the small things. And we have the different fives. At the beginning of the reading, we had some fives. Now we have different kind of fives. And I feel like in the current, you have an open heart. You do your best to stay positive and make the best choices. I feel like you have a lot of faith in the current, because I feel like whatever obstacles you get, you try to look at the other side of the coin, and you try to look at the full side of the glass, and focus on the things that matter. I do feel like one thing that could be on your mind right now, it is probably the love part. Maybe that's something you would like to fulfill in your life in the current, or maybe you feel like your connection with your loved one got a bit cold. Things are not as hot as they used to be before, and that could be you accepting the way things are in the current, and looking at the way things are right now, without mixing that up with how it used to be. And because I don't feel like in the current you look at the situation in disbelief. I feel like in the current you look at the situation the way it is, and you take it as it is, and you don't try to cover up whatever is going on in the current with potential. I feel like you look at the situation the way it is, but you're optimistic at the same time. So you look at things that bring you joy in life, and at the same time maybe you think about the sacrifices you've done to obtain the things that bring you joy. Maybe in some situations in your life you feel fully fulfilled, and at the same time you feel quite alone, or broke. And I don't feel necessarily financially, though it could be for some of you. And I feel like it's a complex period in which you feel a lot of things. And if you're a woman, what I could say, this could be like the last few days, or the few days before the period. This feels like this, like you have a lot of emotions and a lot of things are going on in your body, and this feels like that. Maybe you're also in a position in which you have to make very important decisions, and that could be something that for you feels a bit heavy right now, and you're trying to evaluate your emotions and try to understand the practical things of a process without without making maybe the bad decision because of your emotions. But I do see you try to look at the bright side and stay optimistic. Some of you try to communicate something to somebody, and what you're trying to communicate is exactly probably what I said so far, like all this turmoil maybe that's going on inside of you. And maybe that is not turmoil, because I don't feel like it's necessarily turmoil, but all these emotions that you have inside of you. If this talks about a relationship you have with somebody, I think like you're in a place where you found full acceptance. You're in a place where you're not combative. You don't want to argue about things anymore. What matters to you is how to move forward. I feel like what matters to you, it's a way to find harmony and balance in your life. And you're not in a place where you want to argue about things. You're not in a place where you are trying to seek for the truth anymore. The truth is like the beauty in the eyes of the beholder, and the truth will be in the middle. And I feel like in many ways in the current, what you try to do is to also turn your gains from your to turn your hobbies into gains, into a form of gain. The things that you love to do, to turn them into something that it's feasible, it's something that you can gain from it. I also do see that you are probably trying to surround yourself with, I say what comes, but more quality people. Maybe you are looking at the people around you and you're trying to understand like, how is this group of people actually supporting my growth? And maybe you started to notice things in people that they're not that nice, and now you're like in a place like, I'm not gonna try to it's not even worth it to bring this up, because this is not a matter of a mistake. This is a behavior. I feel like you're in the current, you're like, okay, well, this is a behavior, this person is the way it is, so it doesn't even matter to talk with this person about the things that they're doing, that they're hurtful or disrespectful towards me, because this is how this person is. And you're like, you're not in a place where you just want to fight for things. I feel like you're like a bit phlegmatic, to be honest. You're like, whatever, it comes where it comes, and it goes where it goes, and it is what it is, and I don't have time for this. I think like for you in the current, that was the most important thing is clarity. Like you try to stay away from situations that bring you confusion, that put you in a place where you start to question things or question yourself. You don't want to do that. And what you want to focus is on the practical things, on the real things. I feel like you want to have on your table like a good plan. I feel like what you are looking for in your life right now is to have good practical things. And if you don't have good practical things, I feel like you're trying or evaluating how to move forward, which I think is very good. You might get some ideas from acquaintances, so I would advise you to keep an ear open for discussions you have with people in your life, especially about, you know, finances, or if you have a physical issue. Let's say you have problems with your back. I would advise to keep an ear open. Maybe you will overhear a conversation in the metro or something. If the things in your life that you're evaluating right now are going to take a lot of time to decide for what to do, and if this, especially what I talked before, talks about a relationship with an individual or a few individuals, you know, 1 to 3 people, and you want to keep in your life people that are not actually good for you, and you're finding it hard to let go of a person, the universe will do it for you. If you do this decision for yourself, it's not going to be easy. You're probably going to be cast out. You're probably going to have maybe this talks about more than just one person, and you're going to have to go through a lot of emotions. And I feel like you probably will, you know, when you have a situation with somebody, and you feel like your brain is clicking, like you cannot understand, you cannot, you know, comprehend how something like this is possible. I see something like that happening. I also feel like because you avoided a tower moment that was in your life because lack of clarity, now you cannot believe yourself that you get the clarity, and that's painful because what's going on in the current, it's hard to believe to be true. And it could be the reason why it's hard to believe that it's true is because many people are involved in that. It's not just one person. There are a few individuals that are making your life to be hard to believe. I wanted to say that, you know, I feel like in a few ways your ancestors tried to communicate to you, maybe through the material life around you. So let's say you would find coins on the ground and you would not pick them up because you kind of lost your faith. And I wanted to say, you know, like, keep your faith, don't lose your faith, because whenever you lose your faith and you don't believe in the things that you believe, even though it was proven to you to be, you know, true, and it was proven to you to be like a way that your guiders talk to you, but you neglect that, and you don't want to take on that advice from your guiders, then, you know, they will prove to you that they try to communicate with you about this. Don't ignore your ancestors guidance. Maybe one thing that they want to for you to fully give faith is in understanding who you are, you know, who were your ancestors. Maybe you should even look deeper into your family, who were your ancestors. And maybe the things that you're going to discover, they're going to be really groundbreaking for your development and your faith. You're never going to go back into not believing the things that have been shown to you so far. So maybe if you know yourself for you know, going back and forth in your belief and going back and forth into understanding and, you know, listening to the way your guiders talk to you, then look into your family, because that would be one way for you to know who are your ancestors, who are actually those people who are actually watching over you and are guiding you. Because I feel like in the current, what's being asked from you is to be strategic in many ways, and you know, not giving in to your emotions, and you have to make some decisions. You know, maybe lately you started to surround yourself with people that they are not good for you, but you have to let those people go, you know. And I'm not saying they are bad people, but maybe simply they are doing some things that they're not good for you, and your ancestors can see that. Maybe you had the military in your family, you know. Maybe you had someone that was a general of sorts, or maybe you had someone in your family that was involved in strategic kind of thinking. This You know what I'm saying? You're gonna receive some news that you don't want to receive. Well, let me put it the other way. You're going to receive some news that others don't want you to receive. Take the risk, Sage. In the future, you're going to be presented with an opportunity. Take the risk. Don't question it. You're going to get support. You're going to have people around you that they will support you. This could be friends. This could be people that you probably didn't like at first, but then you became good friends with them. Stay oh, this is very much aligned with what I said for the past. So go back and listen for the past if you forgot what I said. This is very much aligned with that. This is very much aligned with that. Take the risk. In the next step in your life, after you take the risk, you will meet the people that will help you to rebuild. This next time, you're not going to do it again. And you're going to receive this news. And maybe you're going to receive a few news. Okay, so you're going to receive some news that are really good news. Okay, there are other news that may come from a lover of sorts. Listen, this gives me the King of Wands kind of vibes. Don't go back. Just don't go back. Just don't go back. If you decided in the past, or you decide in the current, to leave someone in the past, leave them in the past. Move forward. Move forward. If in the current, this Three of Swords, Eight of Swords, you know, the Tower in reverse and all that represents you not feeling ready to make the decision, in the future you have to take the risk and trust that you receive the guidance. Especially if you receive the guidance from your ancestors to take some sort of action, just go for it. Just do it. You don't need to have the details of what's going to happen. You don't need to even have the vision. You just need to trust, because you're going to be supported. And I see the Magician. I'm not going to say more, but I've seen the Magician 3 times. High Priestess and Magician. Trust. Remember who the heck you are. Remember, especially if you do your own magic, especially if you do your own practices to connect with ancestors, especially if you're some sort of tarot reader or healer yourself, ask for that guidance. And if you're that kind of practitioner that doesn't take messages from people, like you the way you connect with your ancestors is through animals, numerology, or anything else, then ask for signs, ask for help, ask for guidance, and they will help you. But if you're that kind of person that doesn't take advice from people, what are you doing on my channel? Do you understand? No, but I feel you, because I look, again, the Magician and High Priestess. I also like, I know I get messages through people too, and, you know, angels show through people too, but you will know when the message is for you. If you take a leap of faith and then you expect for things to go roses, don't trick or fool yourself that, you know, things are going to be easy. And this is something a friend of mine just told me the other day, like, good things come slowly. You're gonna have not the best or easiest path towards that. It's going to be hard, and you might be hard, especially emotionally and financially, but you're going to receive an opportunity that will put you on that Six of Pentacles that you work in the current, on that stability, on that harmony, on those good things that you want to have in your life. It's not going to be easy, so brace yourself. Emotionally and financially, brace yourself. Listen, you can fast. You can cry. You can go hug a tree. You can cry. You can scream. You can do a lot of things to release and not hold in. I don't advise to hold things in when you go through this. It's not going to be easy. When one thing is going to be very difficult, it will be to have the trust. It will be to have the faith. And remember how I said you don't need to have the vision, you don't need to see the vision. Between these ones, you won't see this vision, but trust is there. Trust the vision is there. Okay, go, just, you know, imagine you're blindfolded and all you need to do is to trust your senses. And whatever guidance you receive, coming in through whisper, coming in through emotion, coming in through animals. Lately, you know, animals started to come to me. That's a sign that ancestors try to talk to me, you know. Five of Pentacles in the current, Five of Pentacles in the future. This could represent emotional, you know, you feel abandoned. Maybe you're alone. Maybe you go through things alone. Emotionally, it's not necessarily easy, but it will be so worth it. It will be so worth it, Sage. It will be. Stay strong, my friend. Go hug a tree. I don't know how much of this message is for you or for somebody else. I do see correcting things with some people in your life. I do see correcting things with circles of people. I do see maybe the way you will spend time with your peers will be more for enjoyment, or it will be more in a way that will fulfill you emotionally. I also do feel like you're being advised to invest your money in those things in the future, and even change the way you take care of your body physically. Maybe try to do new kind of physical activities. Try to stay fit differently than the way you did before. Especially if you will feel a sense of apathy or a loss of interest in the physical activities that you do, you have to stay active, but maybe slow down the pace. Maybe, you know, from running 10k a day, you run just, you know, 5k a day, or maybe instead of going to the gym. Well, you got the point. I don't need to explain to you. You got the point. Maybe change the whole routine. And maybe you should start to do things with people, especially when we talk about physical activities. I feel that will bring you a lot of enjoyment. But I do feel like what you're being advised in the future is like, it's not gonna be easy, but make space for enjoyment. Don't neglect enjoyment. Don't neglect connecting with people. Don't neglect being sociable. Don't neglect taking also care of your loved ones. Don't neglect, I don't know how much you're going to be able to take care of others, but, you know, emotionally wise, keep space for you to maintain connections and be in others' presence. It takes emotional energy to be sociable. If you're a Sagittarius, then you know that you're an ambivert. You need your own solitude, so make space for that too, but also make space for others in your life. So I'm going to take for you now an oracle card. I think these are Louise Hay mantras or something. You got two. Okay, life wants me to be happy. You got three. Yeah, absolutely. I feel like that. I feel like whatever has been going on in the past, in the current, is because, you know, you're building towards a happier path in your life. I trust the guidance of the universe, my guy. Trust. Like, literally, you don't need to see the vision. I am beautiful and everybody loves me. This should be the attitude, but not necessarily everybody loves you, because not everybody will love you. Some people will not even like you. But, like, you know, if you want to make friends and you want to connect with people, you have to, you know, talk about things that, you know, maybe you are your insecurities, if you think like people don't like you. But you have to believe that you are lovable and you are approachable and you are capable of having friends and all that. Sage, beautiful reading here for you, my friend. Hopefully it helps, and I'll see you in the next one. If you want a private one, you can contact me at +358 549 6466. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Have a good day. Bye bye.